Is all of you able to see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. We'll start. We'll see the what is mean by the pointer, and how we can represent a pointer, and how what is the uses of the pointer, and how we can access the value using the pointers. One second. Okay, okay. We'll start with our definition of the pointers, and we'll see the advantages of the pointers and others. Okay. We'll see what is mean by the actually the pointer it is. Okay, what is the actual meaning of a pointer in the normal English? Can anybody say what is mean by the pointer in the normal English?
Pointer which stores the address of a variable.
I'm just asking like in a real life. అంటే నార్మల్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో మనకి పాయింటర్ అంటే ఏంటి?
Referring
End of the sentence. Pointing someone or referring someone.
ఓకే. సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు మీ ఫ్రెండ్ ఏదైనా మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారు, ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సమ్వేర్ ఎల్స్. సో మీరు ఏదైనా ఒక పర్టికులర్ ప్లేస్కి వెళ్తూ జస్ట్ డిస్కస్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తున్నారు. Okay, whenever you want to show something to your friend, you'll be point out. Okay, just by a pointed finger we will show that okay, this is the particular place, and this is a particular building, and this is a particular person, like that. Okay, you are pointing to something, okay, to specify that particular item, or to identify that particular item. Okay, that is without touching to that particular item, you are pointing that. Okay, pointing is nothing but you are not physically touch that. Okay, isn't it? You didn't physically touch that, but you are showing that. Okay, you are just point by the finger, or by something your discussion, you will be show that. Okay, that is nothing but you are not physically touching that, and you are showing something, and you will be discuss on that. సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు మీ 2 ఫ్రెండ్స్ మాట్లాడుకుంటూ ఒక థర్డ్ ఫ్రెండ్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారు. ఓకే, దెన్ మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఆ పర్టికులర్ పర్సన్ని పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేస్తూ, ఎయిదర్ చూపిస్తూ కానీ, అదర్వైజ్ అతన్ని మన డిస్కషన్లో రిఫర్ చేస్తూ కానీ, కే విల్ డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ దట్ పర్సన్. కే వి విల్ బి డిస్కస్ లైక్ ద పర్సన్ ఈజ్ ఫిజికల్లీ ఈజ్ ప్రెజెంట్ విత్ ఇన్ అవర్ డిస్కషన్. అంటే ఆ థర్డ్ పర్సన్ మన డిస్కషన్లో ఫిజికల్గా ప్రెజెంట్ అయ్యి ఉన్నట్టుగా మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. Okay, that is nothing but we are not actually the person is there, but we are discussing about that person, are discussing related to that person. Okay, as it is the person is available in that discussion, or physically is there on the discussion. అంటే మనం లేకపోయినా మనం అస్యూమ్ చేసుకొని ఆ పర్సన్ మన దగ్గరే ఉన్నట్టుగా మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో దాట్ we will call it as the pointer. That is you are pointing to something, okay, without physically touch that, and we will be use that, or we will be access that, or you will be feel that that particular item is available at present with you. Okay, so that is called as actually the pointer. Okay, the similar meaning is also applies within our program. Okay, so generally whenever you want to store any value into a variable, or if you want to modify the value in the variable, okay, will be use the variable name. That is, first we'll declare the variable, and then we will use the variable name, then we'll store the value. Okay, this is actually will do. Okay, this is physically that is we are logically touching the variable and storing the value. Okay, this is direct assignment, we will call it as direct assignment. Okay, But without touching the variable and without making the direct assignment, if you want to store some value into that, okay, then we require the indirect accessing or indirect assignment of the value is required. Okay, for that we don't have any other feature before the pointers. We don't have any other data type or any other feature we don't have in the languages. Okay, not only in the C language, in the other languages also we don't have any feature like without having a direct assignment, doing a indirect assignment of the value. Okay, so for that the pointers concept is introduced in the C language, especially to do the indirect assignment of the value, especially for indirect assignment of the value and indirect accessing of the value. Okay, so whenever you want to indirectly access any variable, okay, then you require a special data type. Okay, that data type is called as the pointers. Okay, so pointer is also called as a user defined data type. Okay, why? Because we have the built-in data types. Using that built-in data types, we are not able to do this type of operation. Okay, what the pointer is doing, that type of operation we can't do with the regular data types. Okay, so we have int data type, float, double, long int, and we have character data type, void. Okay, with those data types, we are not able to do the indirect accessing or indirect assignment. These two we are not able to do with the normal data types. So whenever we are not able to do the something with the normal data types, then the user creates itself the required data type. Okay, that is called as the user defined data types. Okay, so we are not able to do this indirect accessing with the normal data types. So the user creates with for self a new data type. Okay, that is called as a pointer. Okay, that is C language is providing us a feature to create our own data type to work with the indirect accessing. Okay, so you might be think that without providing the pointers, how can we do that? Okay, pointers is the way to create the user defined data type to provide the indirect accessing. So the C language is providing us the pointers concept. So using this concept, you can create the your required user defined data type for indirect accessing. Okay, so why we require this indirect accessing? Okay, generally we can say that we have the A variable and you are creating another variable as the B, and using the B, if you want to modify the A variable, that is whenever you increment the B, it has to increment the A. Whenever you are multiplying the B, it has to multiply the A. If whenever you are doing a decrement or whenever you are doing any new values assigned to the B, then it has to change the A value also. Okay, this is actually the indirect accessing. Why we require these two variables? Okay, actually this is a wastage of memory space actually. So whenever you have the accessibility to the direct variable, then there is no need of using another variable to access that. అంటే మీకు డైరెక్ట్గా ఒక వేరియబుల్ని మీరు యాక్సెస్ చేయగలిగే ఫెసిలిటీ ఉంటే అనదర్ వేరియబుల్తో మనకు అవసరం లేదు. సో బట్ ఇన్ ద సిచ్యుయేషన్స్ వేర్ వీ హ్యావ్ where we don't have the accessibility of the direct variable, then we can go for the pointers. That is, there is some part of a program where we cannot able to access directly the required direct variable. డైరెక్ట్ వేరియబుల్ని మనం యాక్సెస్ చేయగలిగే ఫెసిలిటీ మనకి కొన్ని పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్స్లో ఉండదు. ఓకే, దెన్ వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ద పాయింటర్స్ టు యాక్సెస్ దట్ వేరియబుల్ and store the value into that variable. Okay, generally in the normal real life also, we'll use the pointers whenever we don't have accessibility or we are not able to physically go to that particular place. Then we will use the pointers to point out that particular place or person, and we will discuss about that. Okay, as the same way here also, whenever we don't have the accessibility of a variable, then we can use the pointer to point out that and to assign the value into that particular variable. Okay. So pointer can be briefly defined as a pointer is a reference to the another variable. Okay, reference. Okay, that is nothing but reference is, that is you are referring to the some another variable by using a pointer. Okay, so reference is generally used to whenever you want to require the additional information, or whenever you want to specify someone is to be referred that. Okay, that is meaning say for example I am discussing about the pointers topic. In the meanwhile I have given a book name. Okay, that is use this book for the additional reference. Okay, if I told like that, use this book for the additional reference or refer this book for additional information. So ila nenu ippadana meeku suggest cheste, okay, then you will be use that book for the additional information or for additional requirement or additional data. Okay, so as in the same way, here the pointer is also used as a reference to the another variable. Okay, that is you are specifying some name, okay, which refers to that particular variable. Okay, and this pointers is also used to used in the places of functions. Okay, so especially the pointers are required in the functions. Okay, the basic benefit of the pointers is only within the functions. Okay, you cannot get the difference of the pointers and normal variables in the normal main program. Okay, in the single program you cannot get the difference. But whenever you are working with the functions, then you will get the difference of the pointers and normal variables. Okay, why? Because the functions has the limited scope and limited accessibility of the variables. Okay, say for example I have the two functions. Say I have a one block of a code is a main function, and I have another one is a sum function. Okay, these are the two blocks, that is two boxes I have. Okay, this is a sum function and this is the main. Okay, if I have a variable a in the main, okay, and I want to use this variable within the sum, that is whatever the changes I am doing in the sum, that is to be stored within the a variable of the main. Okay, say if I am saying like b equals to b plus 5. Okay, this I want to update in my a variable, but I don't want to return the value. Okay, I don't want to return the value and I don't want to store the value into that. But whenever I'm doing a b equals to b plus 5, it has to change the a variable in the main. Okay, okay, this type of accessibility you can get with the help of pointers. Okay, which we'll call them as pass by reference. Okay, this we'll call it as indirect accessing. That is, one block variables are indirectly accessed by another block. Okay, this is also used in the case of arrays. Okay, where we can use the dynamic allocation or dynamic size of the array is required. Okay, there we can use the arrays, the pointers as the arrays. Okay, so this is where we can get like say for example you are declaring an array int a of 10. This is the fixed size. Okay, that is you are creating an array with a size of 10. That is, memory is also allocated for 10 elements so that you can store the 10 values into the array. But if I don't know that how many values are required for my program. Okay, the program, whenever the program is executed, okay, based on the program execution and in the execution of the program, I want to take the number of values required, and based on that I want to allocate the memory space and I want to store the values also. So in that cases we can go for the pointers. Okay, that is without specifying the size of the data in the program beginning. Okay, if you are using the pointer as an array, we can dynamically increase the memory size and we can store the n number of elements based on the program execution. Okay, say for example, if you are giving a 5 is the required element, then you can store the memory size for 5 values. Say if you are giving I require the 10 values, you can allocate the memory space for 10 values. If you are giving 100, you can allocate the memory space for 100 values. Okay, that is dynamically you can increase the size or you can decrease the size. Okay, based on the using a pointer as an array. Okay, and we'll also get a main benefit is in the strings. Whenever you are using a string as a pointer, we'll get the basic benefit. Okay, and we have the dynamic memory allocation in the pointers. Okay, dynamic is nothing but runtime. Okay, at the time of executing the program, whenever you are able to allocate the memory space, okay, that is called as the dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so this is not we don't entered into the topic. Okay, just brief గా ఒకసారి మన అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఏంటి అనేది ఒకసారి మనం బ్రీఫ్ గా చెక్ చేస్తున్నాం అంతే, ఇంకా టాపిక్ లోకి వెళ్ళలేదు. And these pointers are basically used within our advanced concept is called as data structures. There we will be discuss the linked list, stacks, queues, trees. Okay, this is actually the advanced concept for the C. There we will use the pointers mainly, and using the pointers only we can create all these data structures. Okay, that is actually you might be have in the 2.1. Okay, 2.1 లో మీకు data structures అనే subject వస్తుంది. Okay, there we will be use the pointers to create these all advanced data structures. Okay, okay, for the time being we'll be use the pointers especially for these three concepts. One is for in the functions, another one is in the as the arrays, and third one is for the dynamic memory allocations. Okay, next we will enter into the concept. Okay, these are the main topics that are generally discussed in the pointers. The how to declare the variables of the pointers and how to initialize. Okay, what is mean by the null pointer. Okay, what is the ampersand operator or address operator and indirection operator. Pointer as the parameter that is passed by reference, return the values, and casting points and void pointer, and then pointers as an arrays. Okay, and dynamic memory allocation. Okay, apart from that we have other topics related to our syllabus. Okay, next we'll go for the introduction of the pointers. Okay, so introduction of the pointers is the same whatever the introduction I have given already, the same introduction. Okay, this is one of the feature, okay, that is used to access the irrespective of the value. Okay, whenever you want to access the address of a variable, okay, then that feature is available within the pointers. Okay, this is we can see like this. Say for example, have the b is a variable with the value 10, and I have another variable c is, okay, I have specified as ampersand b. Okay, we already know that ampersand is the operator which is used for the address. Okay, so address is nothing but within the memory we have a location. Okay, and the location is given with the name as, say for example, b, and is stored with the value is 10. And for each and every memory location in the memory, it has a one unique identification number. Okay, that is called as a address. Okay, this is a unique number. It cannot be repeated throughout your memory. Your memory may be 1 TB of a memory space. You don't have any repeated memory address. Okay, because say for example, if you have a numbers of 1 to 1 lakh, okay, 1 to 1 lakh, you don't have any repeated number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 99,999. Okay, you don't have any repeated number in this. As in the same way, okay, we don't have any repeated number in the addresses. So it's a unique number, okay, that cannot be repeated throughout the memory. Okay. So assume that this number location is stored with at a location is, say for example, 1000. Okay. This is the address of the variable. This is the value of the variable, and this is the name of the variable. Okay. This is the name, this is the value, and this is the address. Okay, whenever you create a variable, these three will be added or assigned for the each and every variable. Okay, so whenever I'm specifying like C equals to ampersand B, okay, then the address of the B is 1000. Okay, 1000 is to be stored into the C variable. Okay, so this is the C variable. 1000 is the address of the B, so it is to be stored into the C variable. Okay, here you can observe one thing. I didn't specify any declaration for these two variables. So if I given the two variables as B comma C. Okay. Now how this 1000 will be treated for the C variable? As the value or as the address?
Value.
Value. Okay, that's good. Okay, it's a based on the declaration itself, you can observe here the B and C are the variables of type int. So whenever you are storing a value into a integer variable, okay, is the value maybe a address or maybe a value. Okay, that is any integer number. Whenever you are storing into a int variable, that will be treated as a value. It doesn't treats that as a address or any other something. Okay, because it doesn't know that it's address. Okay, so it will be treats it as a value. Okay, say whenever you are doing C equals to C plus 1, C plus 1, just it increments the 1000 as a 1000 plus 1. Okay, so you'll be have the value of a C variable as 1001. But whenever you want to treat that value as a address, then we require the pointers. So this is the first point here. Okay. Okay, accessing, that is using the memory address, that is treating the value as a address, is only possible with the pointers. Okay, say if you are specified the C as a pointer, now if you are storing any value into the C, that will be treated as the address. Even you are storing the 1. Okay, say for example, if this is the C variable and if you are storing the 1, that is also treated as an address. Even you are storing a 0. 0 is also treated as an address. Minus 100, it is also treated as an address. Okay. Any value if you are storing into the C variable, okay, that all will be treated as the addresses. It doesn't treat that as a value. It treats it as a address only. Okay. So whenever you are adding any value or whenever you are trying to store any value for that, okay, it all will be stored, treated as the address. Okay. So that is only the important feature that we have with the pointers. Any number, if you are storing into the pointer, that will be treated as a address. Okay, that is treated as a location number. Okay. Okay, that feature is only with the pointers. We don't have with any other numeric variables. Okay. This will be done with the using of pointers. Okay. This is actually whenever you are using the pointers in the C language, okay, that is based on the proper use of the pointers. Okay. So you need to know that how to use that pointers in a proper way and where to use that pointers. Okay, that is to be known. Okay, so ఎక్కడ యూస్ చేయాలి, ఎలా యూస్ చేయాలి, మనకి బెనిఫిట్ అయ్యేట్టుగా ఎప్పుడు ఎక్కడ యూస్ చేసుకోవాలి అనేది పాయింటర్స్లో మెయిన్ థింగ్, ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్. సో అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ అ disadvantage with the pointers also. Okay, why? Because it is dealing with the addresses, so there is a chance of losing the values. Okay, so addresses తో డీల్ చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి So whenever you are missed the address, then you will be lose the value also. Okay, say assume that here the C is pointing to the address of the B. Say for example, if you are given the C equals to 0. Okay, now do you have the B variable address now?
No, ma'am.
No. Why? Because say for example, by mistake you might be give the value C equals to 0. అంటే బై మిస్టేక్ ఎక్కడో చోట ప్రోగ్రామ్లో నేను మర్చిపోయి C ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0 ఇచ్చేసాను. బట్ ప్రీవియస్గా నాకు C వేరియబుల్ ఈజ్ పాయింటింగ్ టు ద B వేరియబుల్, బట్ నౌ ఐ మిస్టేకన్లీ గివెన్ యాజ్ అ 0. సో ఆటోమేటికల్లీ మై B వేరియబుల్ రెఫరెన్స్ ఈజ్ లాస్ట్. ఓకే, జస్ట్ లైక్ ఏంటంటే మీరు ఒక ప్లేస్కి వెళ్తున్నారు, మీరు ఒక అడ్రస్ తీసుకొని ఒక ప్లేస్కి వెళ్తున్నారు. ఓకే, మీన్ వైల్ మీకు బై మిస్టేక్ మీ దగ్గర అడ్రస్ పోయింది. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ మీ దగ్గర అడ్రస్ స్లిప్ మిస్ అయింది. Then you are not able to reach that particular place. Okay, that is the place is there. అంటే మీరు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలో ఆ ప్లేస్ అక్కడే ఉంటుంది, మీరు ఉన్నారు, దారిలోనే ఉన్నారు. బట్ యు ఆర్ నాట్, యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ కనెక్షన్ బిట్వీన్ యూ అండ్ ద యాక్చువల్ ప్లేస్. సో మీకు ఆ యాక్చువల్ ప్లేస్కి కనెక్షన్గా ఉండాల్సిన అడ్రస్ మిస్ అయింది. సో యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు రీచ్ టు దట్ పర్టికులర్ ప్లేస్ until unless again you get that address. So that is a problem we have within the pointers also. Okay, whenever you missed out the address, then you are not able to reach that particular value, or and whenever you are not able to access that value, okay, from the variables. Okay, so that is actually the disadvantage we have. Okay, so variable akkade untundi plus pointer variable alage untundi, బట్ ఆ రెండింటికి మిడిల్లో ఉన్న కనెక్షన్ అడ్రస్ మిస్ అయితే కనుక వాల్యూ మనం యాక్సెస్ చేయడం కుదరదు. ఓకే ఓకే అండ్ పాయింటర్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఏ వేరియబుల్, సో ఇట్ ఆల్సో ఆక్యుపైస్ ద సేమ్ మెమరీ స్పేస్ as that of the data type given for the pointers. Okay, it's actually the pointers memories, that is pointer data type is defined by the data type which we are giving in the declaration, and the pointer size, okay, that is whatever may be the type of a pointer it is, okay, the pointer variable is allocated with the memory size of similar to the integer data type. Okay, say if your if your C language version is supporting a 2 bytes of integer data type, then your pointer variable is also occupies the 2 bytes. If your whatever the C language version you are using, if it is providing a 4 bytes of memory space for the integers, then your pointer is also occupies the 4 bytes memory space. So ఎందుకంటే మీకు ANSI C లో 2 bytes ఉంటుంది, ANSI C బోర్లాండ్ Cలో మీకు 4 bytes తీసుకుంటుంది ఇంట్ డేటా టైప్. అది కూడా అడ్వాన్స్డ్ వర్షన్స్, ఇప్పుడు ప్రెసెంట్ వచ్చే న్యూ వర్షన్స్లో 4 bytes మెమరీ స్పేస్ ఇస్ టేకెన్ ఫర్ ద ఇంట్ డేటా టైప్స్. ఓకే, సో ఇంట్ డేటా టైప్కి ఎంత సైజ్ ఉంటుందో అంత సైజ్ మీకు పాయింటర్ వేరియబుల్కి తీసుకుంటుంది, ఇర్రెస్పెక్టివ్ ఆఫ్ ద డేటా టైప్ ఆఫ్ ద పాయింటర్. Okay, the pointer may be declared as a float or as a long int or as a character or as a int or as a double, but the size occupied by the pointer is similar to the int data type of that language. Okay, is it may be 2 or 4 bytes. Okay, okay, this you need to remember. Pointer is also a variable which occupies the memory space as same as int data type. Okay, that may be either 2 bytes or 4 bytes. You can say it's a 2 or 4. అంటే int data type కి similar గా అని చెప్పక్కర్లేదు. Okay, you may be say that it's a 2 or 4 bytes based on the version of the C language అని చెప్పచ్చు. Okay, okay, this is fixed for the each and every pointer variables. Okay, 2 or 4 bytes. Okay. Okay, why it requires the 2 or 4 bytes is because the address is a unique integer number. Address is a unique integer number. If your version of the software is supporting an int of a 2 bytes, okay, then automatically the address is also of 2 bytes. If it is 4 bytes, address is also 4 bytes. So it takes that much of a memory space. Okay, because data type ని బట్టి అడ్రస్ సైజ్ మారదు. ఓకే, అడ్రస్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు ఇంట్లోనే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, యూనిక్ ఇంటీజర్ వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది అడ్రస్. ఓకే, సో దట్ పాయింటర్ ఏ డేటా టైప్ అయినా, అంటే పాయింటర్ డిక్లేర్ చేసింది మనం ఏ డేటా టైప్ అయినా, సో దాంట్లో స్టోర్ చేసేది మన అడ్రస్సే కాబట్టి, సో ఇట్ విల్ బి ఆక్యుపైస్ ద సైజ్ ఆఫ్ 2 or 4 bytes. ఓకే, బట్ పాయింటర్ డిక్లరేషన్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది అంటే, వైల్ ట్రీటింగ్ ద అడ్రస్ దట్ ఈస్ స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ ద పాయింటర్, వైల్ ట్రీటింగ్ ద అడ్రస్ దట్ ఈస్ స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ ద పాయింటర్. ఓకే, పాయింటర్లో స్టోర్ అయిన అడ్రస్ని ట్రీట్ చేసే వే బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద డేటా టైప్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, అది మీకు పాయింటర్ అర్థమెటిక్లో వస్తుంది. సో అంటే పాయింటర్లో స్టోర్ చేసిన అడ్రస్ ఏ డేటా టైప్ అడ్రస్, అంటే పాయింటర్ ఏ డేటా టైప్ అయితే ఆ డేటా టైప్ అడ్రస్ మనం స్టోర్ చేయొచ్చు. సో దట్ ఆ అడ్రస్ని ఎలా ట్రీట్ చేయాలి అనేది పాయింటర్ని ఏ డేటా టైప్తో డిక్లేర్ చేసామో ఆ డేటా టైప్కి డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. బట్ పాయింటర్కి ఎలకేట్ చేసే సైజ్ మాత్రం అడ్రస్ ఇంటీజర్ కాబట్టి ఇట్ ఆల్సో టేక్స్ ద ఇంటీజర్ సైజ్. ఓకే, ఓకే, జస్ట్ టేక్ అ డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. అంటే మీకు జనరల్గా ఇది ఎక్కడ వస్తుందంటే మీకు ఆన్లైన్ క్విజ్లో కానీ అదర్వైజ్ ఎక్కడైనా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో కానీ అడుగుతారు. సో పాయింటర్ సైజ్ ఎంత అని అడుగుతారు, అంటే పాయింటర్ వేరియబుల్ సైజ్ ఎంత. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ 2 or 4 bytes. ఓకే, సో అది కామన్గా రిమెంబర్ చేసుకోవాలి. అండ్ అదర్ వన్, పాయింటర్లో స్టోర్ అయ్యే అడ్రస్ ఎలా ట్రీట్ అవుతుంది అంటే దట్ ఈస్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద డేటా టైప్ ఆఫ్ ద pointer. Okay, that is whatever the data type that is used to declare the pointer, based on that the treating of the address will be depends. The treatment of address will be depends. Okay, next. Okay, next the basic information related to the pointers. Okay, say assume that this is the pointing of variables. V is a normal variable. Okay, V and P are the names of the variables, and the location stores whatever it is the value, and actually the size of the variables is the specified as 4 bytes or something. Okay, that is of the address of that particular variable. Okay, so name is generally used for refer the variable, or we can call it as identify the variable. Okay, and value is the actual literal value, a literal or constant that is stored into the variable, and address is the unique identification of the variable. Okay, the variable name may be matched. Okay, because in the main program you can declare a variable as a, and in the function also you can declare another variable with the same name as the a. Okay, but the address of the main function a variable is different, and some function a variable is the different. Okay, so address will not be matched. You may the name may be matched, but it doesn't matches the address. Okay, next, advantages of the pointers. This also already we have seen the same thing once again. Okay, this is one advantages is within the functions. Okay, whenever you want to access the one function variables from the another function, then you can use the pointers. And the second advantage is whenever you are accessing, working with the data tables. Okay, data tables is nothing but actually it's a files. So manaki C language ku vachesariki files. So whenever you are working with the files, there also we require the pointers. మీరు ఫైల్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ చూసినప్పుడు కూడా పాయింటర్స్ ఆల్రెడీ యాక్సెస్ చేసి ఉంటారు. ఫైల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది, ఫైల్ ఆస్ట్రిక్ అని ఎఫ్పి అని పాయింటర్ డిక్లేర్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద పాయింటర్ విచ్ పాయింట్స్ టు ద హార్డ్ డిస్క్. మన హార్డ్ డిస్క్లో స్టోర్ అయిన ఫైల్ ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అయిందో ఆ లొకేషన్ని పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఎఫ్పి వేరియబుల్. సో వీ కెనాట్ డైరెక్ట్లీ అసైన్ ఇట్. So we are creating a pointer variable to make it to make a temporary reference to that memory location. A particular memory location ni temporary ga మనం refer చేయాలి, temporary ga దాన్ని access చేయాలి. Okay, for that here it creates a pointers. Okay, and these are used to reduce the length of the program and complexity of the program can be reduced. That is this is also visible complexity reduce avutundi. But internal ga whatever the statement is given, if you want to understand it internally, okay, that will be that is somewhat difficult. But visual ga matram manaku complexity of the program చాలా వరకు reduce అవుతుంది whenever you are using the pointers. Okay, ఎందుకంటే కాంప్లెక్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ కూడా మనం సింపుల్ గా రాయొచ్చు. ఓకే, అది పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది. బట్ ఇంటర్నల్ గా దాని వర్కింగ్ ని మనం అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు కొంచెం డిఫికల్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, and it also increases the execution speed. Okay, these are the basic benefits of the pointers. Okay, one is to access the variables of the function, that is to access the variables of the one function from the another function. This is the first benefit. Second benefit is whenever you are accessing the tables or data tables, and pointers reduces the length and complexity of the program, and they also reduces the execution speed of the increases the execution speed of the program. Okay, so ante manaku programming konచెం speed ga execute avutundi. Okay, 2 seconds lo complete ayye program it will be completed within the 1 second, or 10 seconds lo complete ayye program it will be completed within the 2 seconds or 3 seconds. So the execution speed will be increased. Next, so pointer variable definition. As same as normal variables, we will be give the pointer variable definition also. The first one is data type. Asterisk symbol is used within the definition of the pointer variables and the name of the pointer variable. Can anybody tell me the asterisk symbol is a part of the variable name or a part of the data type? Asterisk symbol
part of the variable name.
Part of the variable. You can't use the variable name without the asterisk symbol. Asterisk symbol lekunda variable name ekkada మనం యూస్ చేయమా?
చేయొచ్చు మ్యామ్.
చేయొచ్చు అంటే పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద నేమ్ కాదు కదా. Okay, it's actually the part of the data type. The asterisk symbol is a part of the data type. Okay, why? Because whenever you are saying a pointer variable, say if the pointer variable is int p, here you are saying that p is a pointer variable. P is a variable of data type integer pointer. You'll be called that p is a pointer variable of type int, or you can say it as p is a variable of data type integer pointer. That is, the p variable data type is int pointer. Okay, if it is a part of the variable name, you can say that the p is a variable of type int. You cannot say it as a pointer. Okay, so p is a variable of type int pointer. Okay, so asterisk symbol is a part of the data type, but without using at the data type, we will use the asterisk symbol at the variable name. Variable name దగ్గర రాస్తాం రాయడం, బట్ అది పాయింటర్ ఆపరేటర్ asterisk symbol అనేది పాయింటర్ లో డేటా టైప్ లో పార్ట్. ఓకే, సో whenever you are declaring the more than one variables, okay, will be say it as pointer asterisk p and a. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఇలా యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు, సో a is a normal variable and p is a pointer variable అంటాం. బట్ ఇక్కడ మనకి టూ వేరియబుల్స్కి సో ఆస్ట్రిక్ సింబల్ ఇచ్చిన వేరియబుల్కి డేటా టైప్ ఇంట్ పాయింటర్గా తీసుకుంటుంది. ఆస్ట్రిక్ సింబల్ ఇచ్చిన వేరియబుల్కి ఇంట్ పాయింటర్గా తీసుకుంటుంది. బట్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యు ఆర్ క్రియేటెడ్ ఏ వేరియబుల్ వితౌట్ ద ఆస్ట్రిక్ సింబల్, దట్ విల్ బి ట్రీటెడ్ యాజ్ అ ఓన్లీ ఇంట్. ఓకే, సో బట్ అంటే ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్గా మనకి ఆస్ట్రిక్ ఇంట్ దగ్గర అయినా రాయొచ్చు, పీ దగ్గర అయినా రాయొచ్చు. మీరు ఇంట్ స్టార్ అని రాసిన ఒకటి, ఇంట్ స్టార్ పి అని ఇక్కడ ఇలా ఇచ్చిన ఒకటి, అండ్ ఇంట్ స్పేస్ ఆస్ట్రిక్ పి అని ఇచ్చిన వర్క్ అవుతుంది. టూ టైప్స్ వర్క్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, టూ టైప్స్ గాను యూజ్ అవుతుంది అది. ఓకే, బట్ యాక్చువల్గా ఆస్ట్రిక్ అనేది డేటా టైప్లో పార్ట్. ఓకే, So here some examples of the declarations of pointers is int pointer, float pointer, character pointer. Okay, we have declared some 3 pointer variables of 3 different data types. Okay, something we can also use the pointer variable with the arrays also. Okay, like say for example, this is the AP of 5 is an array, is of data type int pointer. AP array, AP of size 5 is a array of type int pointer. Okay, so this we will get in the remaining concepts. Okay, manaki array of pointers antam dinni, ఇది మనకి further గా వస్తుంది. So just this is only the declaration format. Okay, how we can declare a pointer variable అనేది. First we'll give the data type, then the pointer variable name. Okay, either we can use an asterisk symbol at the data type or at the variable. Okay, next while working with the pointers, we will generally use the address operator. Okay, generally we'll use the address operator before the pointers also, that is only in the scanf. Okay, we don't use the address operator at anywhere in the remaining programs. Okay, again we will use the address operator within the pointers concept. Okay, why? Because in the input of a values you require the address of the variable. At the same time, whenever you want to access the variable value, then you require the address. Okay, సో మనం ఒక ఇన్పుట్ వాల్యూ తీసుకొని కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి దాన్ని వేరియబుల్లో స్టోర్ చేయాలి అంటే ఆ వేరియబుల్ ఎక్కడుందో లొకేషన్ తెలియాలి కాబట్టి అక్కడ అడ్రస్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైం పాయింటర్స్ యూస్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం ఆ వేరియబుల్ లొకేషన్ బేస్ చేసుకొని మనం వాల్యూ స్టోర్ చేయడం, వాల్యూ యాక్సెస్ చేయడం చేస్తాం కాబట్టి అగైన్ వి రిక్వైర్ ద అడ్రస్ ఇన్ ద పాయింటర్స్. ఓకే, మీన్ వైల్ మనకి ఇంకే ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్లోనూ మనకి అడ్రస్తో అవసరం ఉండదు. ఓకే, so ampersand is an operator which is called as address operator. Okay, and this is generally used within the at the before of the variable. Okay, at the before the variable we'll use the ampersand symbol which refers to the location of the variable. And this is also used like say if say if there is a v variable, if you are saying that ampersand v, then that is the address of the v variable. If you are saying it as ampersand p, the p pointer variable address. Okay, p pointer variable will be stored at somewhere else. Okay, say if this is the p variable is a pointer variable. Okay, this might be stored at say for example 100 location. You will get ampersand p is you will get the 100. Okay, this is a pointer variable but its storage location is 100. Okay, as the same way whenever you are saying that ampersand a or this one, okay, this cannot be used. Actually this cannot be used. Okay, okay, because the a is not a variable here. Okay, a, it doesn't has itself a physical memory location. Okay, array name will not be have any physical memory location, so that we cannot give directly the ampersand a. We can give it as ampersand of a particular value, but we cannot give the ampersand a. Okay, that is here whenever you are giving it as ampersand of a of 2, then the a of 2 is the third value in the array. Okay, for that third value it gives the address. Okay, the third value memory location. Okay, that will be given by the ampersand variable, ampersand operator. Okay, but direct array name ki mana ampersand pettakudadu. Okay, okay, because it doesn't has any physical memory location. Okay, why? Because the array is a, say for example if this is the array, a is a name for that group of the values. It's not a, it doesn't has any particular memory location. It is only the name for the group of 5 memory locations. Okay, it doesn't has its own different memory location. Okay, so that we cannot give directly ampersand a. Okay, next. Okay, pointer variable initialization or assignment. Okay, a pointer variable initialization is by assigning some value to the pointer variable, we can initialize the pointer variable. By assigning some integer value or by assigning some address of the variable, we can assign the pointer variable. Okay. So if you want to point out any particular variable using the pointer, then we can store the address of that variable in the pointer. Otherwise, each and every variable will have a one garbage value. So that will be used for the pointers as the initialized value. Okay. Say for example, whenever you are creating a pointer variable, okay, say this is a pointer variable. Say assume that the location is the 100 and is the variable is the p. If you are not stored any address in this pointer variable itself, it has some number. It has some value, any value, some garbage value it has. So the garbage value is also a number. So it points to the some location in the memory. Okay, it points to the some location in the memory. Assume that, say for example, here the some value is like 1024 is a some garbage value. Okay, this is also a number. So with this number, there may be the some memory location in your memory, so that it points to that particular memory location. Okay. So whenever you want to point out any particular variable, say for example, v is there. Okay, I want to point out this variable with some pointer. Okay, then I can use the address of this variable into the pointer. Then I can store the v address as the value in the pointer. Then it stores the location of the v, the location of the v variable. Okay, so that you can do with the just int asterisk p equals to ampersand v. Okay, you can store the address of the v variable into the p. Okay, so it's not compulsory to give the address of a particular variable, but pointer has some garbage values. Okay. So here the null is actually a constant. It's a built-in constant, null. It's actually the value is 0. Null ante it's actually the value is 0. Okay, for that 0, we have a predefined keyword as the null. Okay, predefined keyword ga మనం null అనే word ni use చేస్తాం. Okay, which refers to the value is 0, the 0th memory location. Say for example, you want to assign the p with the 0 memory location, you can give it as p equals to null. Okay, then it assigns the 0 as the value for the p. Okay, it doesn't points to the any memory location. Okay, null అని ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు 0 తో ఇనిషియలైజ్ అవుతుంది. Then it doesn't points to the any location. Okay, if you want to remove the garbage value from your pointer variable, then you can use the null and you can assign that with the null value. Just like whenever you are assigning the integer values with the 0 and character values with the null character, as the same way you can assign the null to the pointers. Okay, this is the declaration and initialization of the pointer variable. This is the declaration and initialization or assignment of the value to the pointer variable. Okay. Next, the next operator is indirection operator. Okay, so indirection operator is we generally have 2 asterisk symbols in the pointers. Okay, we will use an asterisk symbol at 2 places in the pointers. Okay, one is at the declaration of the pointer, one is at the declaration of the pointer. Okay, here the asterisk symbol is a part of a data type and which specifies the data type of the p variable as the int pointer. Okay, and the another place where we will use the asterisk symbol is for the indirection. Okay, indirect accessing or indirect reference or indirect pointation. Okay, for that we'll use the asterisk symbol. Okay, so here this is for as usually what we have seen already. There is a v variable. Okay, there is a value assigned is 101. So 101 is the value of the v variable and is pointed by a pointer is a p. Okay, this pointing to the v variable. Okay, so v variable address is, say, assume that it's 1000. So 1000 is the value of the p variable. Okay, p variable itself, it has some another address. Some address will be there, something like 999 anukunda. Okay, so p is pointing to the address of the v variable. Okay, p is a pointer variable which points to the v variable address. Okay, so now whenever you want to access the v value using the pointer variable, okay, that is v already has the 101. Now I want to specify that I want to assign to the v variable, say for example some 200. Okay, I want to assign the v variable value as the 200. Okay, say for example if you have given as p equals to 200, it changes the value in the p variable, but it doesn't changes the value in the v variable. Okay, so for that I will use an operator is called as indirection operator, which specifies that, okay, access the value of the pointer, access the location of the value of pointer. Okay, that is also we can call it as value of pointer. Okay, value of pointer. Value of pointer is 1000. Okay, its value is v variable. So it points to the value of pointer. Okay, so that it throws the value in the v location, in the v variable. Okay, so our v variable value will be changes to the 200. Okay, the indirection operator purpose is to point out the memory location stored within the pointer. Okay, pointer of indirection operator purpose is to point out to the memory location stored within the pointer. Okay, so pointer lo store ayyunna memory location ni point out cheyadaniki indirection operator use chestam. Okay, so without that it changes the value in the pointer, but it doesn't changes the pointed location. Okay, so whenever you want to store the value in the pointed location, then we need to specify the asterisk symbol. Okay, then it is called as the indirection pointer. Okay, using that only we can store the value in the pointed location of the pointer. Okay, so this is the indirection operator is used whenever you are accessing that pointer variable. Okay, పాయింటర్ వేరియబుల్ తోటి మనం ఆ వేరియబుల్ని యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి అనుకున్నప్పుడు ఇండైరెక్షన్ ఆపరేటర్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్. Okay, with this we will stop for today. Pointer sample, just there is a variable is created as a and assigned with the value 3 and variable b. And here we are creating a p pointer for the a variable and r pointer for the b variable. And there is a one more pointer q which points to the p variable. Okay, there are the 3 pointers. Okay, p, q and r. Okay, here it is the a variable and there is another b variable. Okay, here it is the a and this is the b and this is the p, this is q and this is r. Okay, now the pointing is like this. P is pointing to the a and r is pointing to the b. Okay, and q is pointing to the p. Q is pointing to the p. Okay, so now whenever you are accessing the values, like enter the value percentage d to the r variable. Okay, here we are not giving an address. Why? scanf లో జనరల్ గా ampersand ఇవ్వాలి, ఇక్కడ ampersand ఇవ్వకుండా r అని ఒకటే ఇచ్చాము. Why?
R is address of B.
The value of r is address of b. అంటే r వేరియబుల్లో ఉన్న వాల్యూనే అడ్రస్ కాబట్టి ఇంకా మళ్ళీ మనం అడ్రస్ ఇవ్వక్కర్లేదు. ఓకే, సో అప్పుడు మనకి వాల్యూ ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది? Can you guess it? It stores the value at the location stored within the R variable. R variable lo store aina location దగ్గర value store అవుతుంది. Okay, whenever it is scanning the value, it takes the value of the R. R variable value తీసుకుంటుంది. R variable value is B variable address. R variable value is B variable address. So that at that address, it stores the value that is taken as the input. Input గా తీసుకున్న వాల్యూ ఆ అడ్రస్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, అంటే బి వేరియబుల్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. బట్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గివింగ్ ampersand here, then the taken value, that is the input value, is stored within the R, not in the B variable. It stores in the R. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ampersand ఇవ్వకపోవడం వల్ల మనకు ఆ వాల్యూ B వేరియబుల్ లోకి వెళ్తుంది. Why? Because R variable value is B variable address, so it stores the value in the B variable. Okay, so next, whenever you display the values, you will get the A value is already given, so 3, and B value is whatever it is given in the scanf, that will be displayed here. And whenever you are showing with the printf, pointer P, pointer Q, and pointer R. Pointer P is, it gives a variable at value, so 3. Pointer R is B variable value. Say assume that B variable value is given as, say here in the scanf, if it is given as 10, so it gives a value of a B, that is 10. Q value is, what is the Q value? What is the asterisk
Address
Q
of P.
value? Address of
P.
కాదు, P అడ్రస్ కాదు, కొంచెం క్లియర్ గా చూడండి.
A address.
A address, correct. Okay, because asterisk Q is, it gives us the P variable value. Okay, Q is pointing to the P, so the P variable value is A variable address, so you'll get the address of A here. Okay, so there's a comparison, some comparisons. P equals to Q or not, Q equals to R or not, asterisk P equals to asterisk Q. Okay, these are some comparisons are there. Okay, no need to